coming up. No good deed goes unpunished for Lily Tomlin.
You're going to have to prove to me it's your dog. And I said, I took it to the vet, and the vet had to, he was so mad at the vet had to shave him. And she said, you shaved my dog?
Monday on Bonnie.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm very excited. Our first guest has won 6 Emmys, 2 Tonys, 1 Grammy, 2 Peabodys for excellence in broadcasting. She's currently guest starring in the FX series Damages. Please welcome back to the show the one and only talented Lily Tomlin. Standing ovation.
That was mighty nice.
Very nice.
Very nice.
How was Vegas? Speaking of heart health, did you do all right there?
Yeah, I did great. I had fun. I didn't see sunshine for several days.
Yeah, that's weird, isn't it? You don't even know what time of day it is.
But because once I love to perform, so every night I perform, and then you sleep so late because your friends come to Vegas, and then they keep you up late. And it just goes, you know, I get up and it'd be like 2 or 3 o'clock by the time you eat a little something, go down to the buffet.
Come on, you never go in the line at the buffet.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, I love it. We got to get you our Tupper purse that we invented.
I want one.
It's a Tupperware lined purse, and you can just take food from your face and take it.
I need that.
Yeah.
My mother used to be a Tupperware demonstrator.
Was she?
Oh, yeah. And, you know, you should play this game sometime on the show. They would play this icebreaker game, and I used to just love this when I was a kid. You break the women at the party up into 2 groups. Maybe you guys know this game. And then each one has a paper sack. And in the sack, you have a blindfold and a big old pair of work gloves and a blindfold. Did I say a blindfold?
Yeah.
A silk stocking. Not pantyhose, but a silk stocking. Then you have to put the blindfold on, reach in, put the gloves on. Then you have to find that silk stocking. And then you have to try to put it on, but they can't feel it. You know, so
then everybody's laughing at the person.
And you can't use your mouth. You know, you can't, like, try to find the top of the stocking. You have to, and everybody's screaming because people are, you know, and then they think they've got it, and they're trying to put it, and it's really a great game.
Did your mom, did she ever make any money selling Tupperware? Because, you know, because my mother sold Avon. She did all that stuff. Oh, my God. And it was always, she'd go to collect and say, you know, Mrs. So-and-so probably can't afford it. Don't collect from her. And we were always losing money.
You know, well, the best part about when my mother would have a Tupperware party is my dad was a real rascal, you know, and he'd come in his shorts. With a bottle of beer. Yeah, and act like, boxers, thank God. And he would come in and he would act like he was surprised they were there. Well, hello, ladies, like that. And then he'd sit on the floor and drink the beer in his shorts. And my poor mother would just be dying 1,000 deaths.
Of course.
But I used to say, you know, I'd look at this whole scene, you know, and I'd think, it's the Tupperware party that seems odd.
Of course you did, Lily. Yeah. That's the way your mind works. And, you know, all your characters just live with us for so long. And if you don't mind, can I show a clip from Merv Griffin's show? Is it Merv Griffin?
Yeah, Merv Griffin. I've heard. I don't even remember this clip.
Oh,
I'm very excited to see it.
Okay, let's see. Here's Lily on the Merv Griffin show.
67.
I think. Yeah,
doing Ernestine, but apparently I didn't call her Ernestine.
Yeah, you didn't have all the stuff
And I didn't, and because in those days, they didn't want you to do characters. They thought people would get confused. That's what they thought of our precious audience, that you'd be confused. You wouldn't know who I was if I was doing a bunch of different people.
All right, here's Lily Tomlin doing Ernestine. Don't get confused on the Merv Griffin Show, 1967.
Would I stop mispronouncing your name? Well, how do you say it? Vidal. G. Vidal. Gore Vidal. Not Gore Vidal. Gore Vidal, author of that trashy pornographic book, Myra Breckenridge, soon to be a major motion picture by 20th Century Fox. Well, I'll bet your parents are proud of you. Well, of course I read it. And when the other girls in the office finished it, we had it burned. Especially that filthy this scene where she erotically assaults that innocent Polish beach boy, well, I just got madder and madder every time I read it. I must have read it at least 46 times.
I didn't remember it, God.
Timeless. Timeless. You know, that's what good material is. Timeless.
Well, but I was kind of screwing up my face and snorting and everything. I didn't remember that.
It was just the beginning of it. But, you know, today we have on the dog adoptions, and, you know, you and I are both animal lovers.
Big animal lovers, right.
But I remember vaguely a story that you told me. I just remember laughing really hard where you rescued a dog. And
I've so misappropriated my rescue work. I rescued so many dogs that didn't deserve to be rescued by me.
So what happens?
I used to live in Los Feliz, and I walk up on the other side of the park, and you know, because I'd run uphill trying to get in good shape. And I see this little poodle there, and he's so dirty and matted, and I see he has some old stitches over his eye, and so I take the little dog, and he lays his head against me so tenderly, you know, and I'm looking at his little eyes, and so then I go around, whose dog is this, does anybody know, and I leave my phone number with about 3 or 4 people. And I get home, I take it to the vet, and the vet says, well, this dog's been on the street for at least 6 months. And they had to shave him. He was so mad that they shaved the dog completely and took the stitches out. So then I take the little dog back home, and he's so happy and tender. And a woman calls me shortly after, and she says, I think you have my dog. And I said, well, you know, this dog has been so ill-treated, you're going to have to prove to me it's your dog. And I said, I took it to the vet, and the vet he was so mad at the vet had to shave him. And she said, you shaved my dog? And so then, I say, well, I'm keeping the dog tonight, and you're going to have to bring me proof, pictures of showing you with the dog.
Yeah.
And everything. As soon as the woman hung up, this dog turned into a maniac. He started humping everything in the office. He would hump the chair, you know, chair legs and the desk leg and my leg. And my other dog is there, and her bed is there, and he's humping her bed. And I mean, bringing his humping to fruition. In every possible way. And I'm thinking, oh my, and every time I go to get him, oh my God, he'd turn into a wild beast. And I thought, oh my God, please let this be that woman's dog, please. And so I sent someone from my office up to her house with the dog, you know, I said, whatever you do, pray that it's her dog, and convince her, if she doesn't believe it's her dog, convince her that it's her dog, because the dog was just, you know, he was like a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde dog.
It's like you married him.
Oh, God, so anyway, that's what happened with that little dog, but there were many others.
I know. You're like me with the dogs. And I know on one of your shows, I want to bring up so many things because I don't have enough time with you, but the show was starting late because there was like another show taking place in the
Vegas,
States. Yeah, in Vegas.
Well, they had a big prize fight that weekend in Vegas, and my show was supposed to go on at 9 o'clock, and the fight was taking time, longer, and the showroom was just like they were at the wrestling arena.
Right, and all these people are waiting.
Can, bottles and everything all over the floor, and they're throwing stuff at the screen during the fight, and so my audience is lined up outside. I go outside apologizing. I went to every person and spent time and taking pictures and telling them we're really trying to get the room cleaned up to get you back in the room. And the room didn't open until 10:30. So
I bet people were really glad they were there that night, though, that you went out and did that, as only you would.
Well, no, I'm sure you would have done it too. It's not because it's
I'm very lonely.
You're just well, there is that aspect.
Tell me about it.
But and then when they came in, I met them at the door, you know, greeted them at the door and thanked them for waiting. And
no,
it does make. I know
it does make a difference.
Oh yeah. And of course the waiters and waitresses too were nervous about, you know, opening the doors and having this wild crowd rush in, furious. Right. And they said, "Oh, Lily, thanks so much for making the people feel okay."
And you always do a Q&A with your audience.
Yes,
Will you do that with ours when we come back? Would that
sure.
be okay? All right, great. We'll be right back. Noah, Lily.